Good morning, dear learners. This is a unit from MA First Semester Course 2 Educational Psychology. This is Unit 11 Education for Exceptional Children. So here in this unit, we are basically going to deal about the children who are exceptional. So here you will come to know what is the meaning of exceptional children, who are they, and what are their different categories, and how we can educate that learners, that category of children like normal children. Okay, so first, from where does the concept of exceptional children emerge? Before going to the meaning, we must know that where from this exceptional children term came from, because many of us acquainted with the term abnormal, because we categorize our children as normal and abnormal. If we can do our regular activities very easily, very nicely, without any hazards, that means we are normal. But if we cannot do our physical activities, mental activities, or if we cannot control ourselves socially and emotionally, that child or that person will be considered as abnormal. But in the present term, that normal and abnormal term is not used by the in scientific way. That abnormal term is again changed in a very good term, that is the exceptional children. That means we accept those children in among that normal children. That's why they are known as exceptional children. Before independence, there was no such concept of exceptional children, but after independence, introduction of Kothari Commission in 1964, they have first used this term, the issue of children with exceptional children. So this is the history behind from where the exceptional children came and how it is going on at present. Okay, so the initiation was done by Kothari Commission in 1964. Now come to the meaning of exceptional children. Who are those children termed as exceptional? They are those special category of children who deviate from normal children in different ways. Now how we can differentiate that? Which are the children that deviate from normal children? They are those children who have differences in their physical activities, like, for example, I am telling, they cannot walk properly, they cannot they cannot go forward without the help of someone else, and they are not mentally stable. That means, for example, that type of children may have their chronological age may be 10 years, but their mental age remain at the age of 4 years or 5 years, small child. So that means they are different from the normal children. Their growth is different from that of the normal children. In comparison, they are in their physical activities, mental activities, social activities, and even emotional activities. They are also emotionally very weak. Okay, then exceptional children represent the children who deviate from the normal growth in different dimension. I have already mentioned that their growth is not normal like the other children. They deviate in their normal growth in these areas like physical, mental, social, and emotional. So they need special attention, and which is not provided in the regular classroom. I think you all know that there are some special schools, special classrooms in India, not only in India, we can say all over the world for this kind of exceptional children. Why? Because they should be treated like normal. That's why, so that they don't get any kind of differentiation in the world or in the society. So they need some kind of special attention, and that is arranged in their special classroom. Okay, so in this context, we can give one definition given by W.M. Cruikshank. He have mentioned that an exceptional child is he who deviates from physical, intellectual, emotional, and socially so markedly from normal growth and development that he cannot be benefited from a regular classroom program and needs special treatment in schools. So that's why the children who need special treatment, but they cannot be included in the regular classroom, that children's are known as exceptional children. So this is in gist the meaning of exceptional children. So there are some two images I have given, and this is available in the website also. You can see the images of children with special needs. So in one side you can see their body structure seem normal, but their activities, you can see their hands, their smile, their head portions are not like that of a normal baby. So these are some of the images of children with special needs. Now, these children of special needs are categorized in three different categories. So first of this is the gifted children. Now who are the gifted children? So we are telling that these children are not normal. They don't function normally like normal children as we and you function. But you see, this kind of special children in the first category is the gifted one. That means that giftedness is not among us. Though we are normal, but the children with special needs, they are more better than us. That is the first category. That is the gifted children. So the term gifted is used to refer to children who are intellectually, creative, academically very superior. So they are known as genius. So there are many examples you will get regarding the genius child in the world. So this gifted children, again, categorized under three categories. How? One is IQ, one is social potentiality, and one is statistical. In IQ category, you can see the normal, see, we and you are normal children or the normal people. Our IQ level is ranging from 90 to 110, or sometimes it moves to 120. So that is our normal category of IQ, intelligent quotient. Okay, that means our mental age and our chronological age are same. But this type of children, gifted children, they have the IQ level 140 or more than 140. They are very much genius. They can do some kind of different activities in their life which we cannot do. So such kind of activities, example I have given here, like Pari Sinha, one of a girl from Bihar. See, she is born and she is now from India. She is the youngest player participating in the official chess tournament. And she is of the age of 3 years, 2 months only, 2 months, 15 days. Now you see, a 3-year girl can participate in the 7-year girls chess championship. So this is a genius child. That means her mental age is more than that of the chronological age. That means if she is 3 years, her mental age is of 7 years. That means she can do the activities done by the child of 7 years. That's why they are known as gifted. But the similar different categories are also there, which we are going to discuss. This is only the gifted children that is the categories of the special needs. So I have given the example regarding the IQ. That means they have superior IQ level from 140 and above. Then there are also children, gifted children, who are very superior in the context of social potentiality. So in the context of social potentiality means that kind of children can do, they are very socially very active. They may be a great leader. They may sometimes become a great personality of the society. People follow them as their idol. So these children are sometimes become very social and popular face in the society. Then in case of statisticals, why statistical? You see, gifted children are also categorized under statistical because only 2 to 4% of the whole world population, you will find only 2 to 4% of a children is of gifted category. That's why they are also categorized under statistical categorization. That is the categories of gifted children and the first category of the children with special needs. Now, these gifted children, see, a child is born with some kind of genius power. So that power should be channelized through education. So how education can channelize the powers, supreme powers of that gifted children? Through 3 categories of provision provided in the educational system. One is acceleration, one is segregation, one is enrichment. Acceleration means to give, suppose in a very simple term I am telling, in acceleration what they do, say in general normal school, these gifted children can also go in the normal school categories school. Okay, so what happened, in normal school their children are normally from the IQ of 90 to 110 IQ, but they are above 140 or 140 or above 140. So their knowledge have to be channelized, otherwise they become very curious to learn something more besides the regular classroom activities. So their knowledge are being accelerated. How? Some kind of extracurricular activities are given to them, some kind of extra work are given to them by the teachers in the classroom, so that they can work together with that of the normal children in the classroom, but they can do something more than that of the students there in the normal classroom. That is acceleration. Then is the segregation. Segregation is one kind of separation. What is separation? Segregation means they are given some kind of separate activities which are not given to the normal students in their classroom. They are given some special kind of activities through which their mind powers, their mental, their cognitive activities are channelized by those kind of activities provided in the classroom. Then enrichment. They should be provide enough and ample scope to generate their knowledge or power with the help of the educational provisions provided in the classroom. So these are the provision that should be given for children of education for gifted children. Okay. Next come the second category under the special needs is the mental retardation. So yeah, I think you have seen this image of a child with mental retardation. They are normally physically they are fit and fine. They are like normal children, but their mental age is below that of their chronological age. For example, I am telling you, suppose a child is of 10 years old, but they can only do activities of that of the 3 or 4 year child. So they are mentally retarded. So this is what are the mentally retarded children, are how they are known as. See, a mentally retarded child is slow or lacking in the development of mental functioning when compared to those of his age level. What I have already mentioned, that a child may be of 10 years old, but he act like a 3 to 4 years old child. So that is known as mental retardation. That means they don't have their mental growth as of their age. So the WHO, World Health Organization, in 1954 referred to that incomplete or insufficient general development of mental capacities. That means those children whose mental capacity are incomplete or insufficient, they are known as children with mental retardation. So I have also given an example that if a 3-year child cannot walk, or a 10-year child does not have toilet control, or an 18-year-old cannot identify a 10 rupee note, is considered impairment of an adaptive behavior. See, at your age or below your age, that means this is a very common thing. A 18 years old child can easily identify a 10 rupee note or a 100 rupee note or a 50 rupee note. But if a child of 18-year-old cannot identify a particular 10 rupee note, 2 rupee note, 5 rupee note, 50 rupee note, that means they are not normal. That's why it is said that though their chronological age, they grow by their chronological age, but their mental age doesn't grow. Their mental age becomes stable at a certain level. So they are known as mentally retarded children. Now you say the classification of mentally retarded children. So mentally retarded children are classified under this 4 category. How we can classify these mentally retarded children? They are known as idiot. Whose children are known as idiot? Whose IQ is below 24. That means they cannot grow above 20 that IQ. That means they cannot, they need clinical treatments. If the clinical treatment can be provided to them, then only their IQ level might grow, but their normal IQ is below 24. Then come the category of imbecile. Imbecile is again under above idiot, that is 25 to 49 IQ. Then the third category is above imbecile, that is moron. and they have a IQ level of 50 to 69. And the borderline means they can be said that can be treated through some kind of clinical treatment and also through educational provisions. That is, they are in the borderline of being retarded. They can be treated. That means they have a IQ of 70 to 79. See, for the normal children, the IQ level should be 90 to 110. But these are the borderline children with mental retardation who can be treated. That means 70 to 79 IQ, and that can be developed through some kind of medications or through educational provisions. So these are the borderline retarded children. But above that, that is moron, imbecile, and idiots, they required very hard treatment because it is very difficult for them to revive or to bring to the borderline retarded children. Okay. So again, a new attempt was made to develop a different type of classification. See, these are the 4 classifications given by the psychologist before for mental retardation. But now a new classification was given. See, the mental retardation is not like that. It is all are equal. So there may be some kind of mild mental retardation, there can be some kind of moderate, and there can be some kind of severe. So accordingly, the new division has been given for classification of mental retardation, and that is under this 4 category. First is the mild mental retardation, whose IQ is from 52 to 68, and moderate mental retardation IQ is from 36 to 51. Again, severe mental retardation is from IQ, their IQ level is 35 to 20, and profound mental retardation, which cannot be treated at all, that is IQ under 20. These are the classification, newly made classification, besides the classification given by the psychologist, that is under the 4 category, and this is also under the 4 category, but they are not said as idiot, imbecile, moron, or borderline, but they are said as mild mental retardation, or moderate mental retardation, or severe, or profound. These are the 4 categories at present are followed by the psychologist in the case of classification of mentally retarded children. So now, how these mentally retarded children can be provided education? Because see, they have to live their life like the normal. It's not like that they are mentally retarded, so we have to leave the children in the roads. How they develop, how they grow, they grow by themselves. No, it is not like that. So education is a thing which can be provided to all, maybe normal or maybe to the children with special need. So these are also the children who need special education. So what kind of education actually should be given to them, so that not like that they have to get some kind of certificate. No, they need education so that they can lead their normal life like the normal children. At least they can lead a life of a simple person, how a person live in the society. So in that case, how education can help for this mentally retarded children? First, there are actually the categorized education is also categorized under this 4 category: mildly, moderate, severe, and profound. So in the mentally retarded children of mild category, what the kind of education can be provided? Like special education classes can be given on primary level. Primary level, that means the learner who are going to the primary school, at that age only this retarded child can be given education like oral language, because they have a problem of speech development, they have a problem of sensory development. So that kind of education can be given so that they can develop their speech, they can develop their oral language, they can develop their sensory development, self-awareness, and most important is the social adjustment, because this kind of children, if they are not socially adjusted, they may end up their life at some moment. So this is the role of education, to give them special education so that they can adjust themselves in the society like normal children. So these mildly mentally retarded children can be provided education for social adjustment, self-care, how to care themselves. Then most important is safety. What I said, if they don't feel safe in the society among the people, they may end up their life. So they should be given education so that they feel safety, and manipulation of material, work habits, etc. Again, in the moderately mentally retarded children, what kind of education can be given? they should be generally given developing self-help skills. That means they can help themselves by, suppose, eating habits, drinking habits, going toilet habits, sleeping habits. So this kind of self-help, that means they can help themselves by doing day-to-day activities. Self-help skills should be developed through education. Social adjustment through group activities, some vocational experiences and practices in home living. Then come the category of severely mentally retarded. So this kind of children should be given school activities like listening, following direction, like the teacher should, because special teachers are appointed to give education for this special children. They are not given education in the normal schools with other children. So teachers should take into account that what kind of activities should be given to this severely mentally retarded children is like they should given some words to, so that they can follow directions, then communications with others, recognizing common signs. Signs mean like a sign of smile, sign of greeting, then sign of eating, like all type of signs they can understand. Then counting, telling time, these are small things which should be provided to them so that they can do their day-to-day activities. Besides this, lesson in self-help activities like dressing, how to dress, eating, toilet and safety should be given to them. And lastly, the education of profoundly mentally retarded children. So this is the last category of mentally retarded children, which is very difficult for them, for the teachers to provide education, because rarely any percentage of children recover under this category, that is profoundly mentally retarded children. They are unable to look after themselves. They always need some kind of help, maybe some their parents help them, or they need some kind of attendance so that they can look after them throughout their whole life, and they cannot attend their basic physical needs. These people require constant supervision throughout their life. So this is the profoundly mentally retarded children. So this kind of education should be given under the category of mentally retarded children. Now come the third category and the last category, that is, first we got the gifted children, then we got the mentally retarded children, and the last category is the backward children. So see, what is the backward children? Backward children, they have the ability to do everything, but they are slow bloomers. Nowadays a term is used, they are slow bloomers. That means they learn the things, but they take time. Sometimes they take time to learn, take more time to learn than the normal children. That's why they are known as backward children. So here I have mentioned, see, there is another group of children who are educationally backward. They lag behind the normal or average children in their educational capabilities. These pupils have IQ below 76 to 89. That means ekdam borderline. See, the normal is 90 to 110, but these pupils have IQ 76 to 89. That means they have the capacity to learn, but they learn very slowly, and they constitute 10 to 15% of the total school population. Their ability to deal with language, number and concepts are very limited, and their reasoning in practical situation is inferior to that of the average students. The backward children cannot learn speedily like the normal children, which I have already mentioned. They have limited cognitive capacity. They learn, but they at their own pace. Whenever they learn, they take their own time. No one can create such kind of situation so that they can learn first. So they learn at their own pace. The ability of critical thinking, like we think, like you think, the critical thinking, logical analysis, they cannot do. They lag behind this kind of capacity. So their cognitive abilities are quite less than that of the normal children. In the backward children, it is usually found that there is lack of physical and mental coordination. That means physical, your hands, legs movement and your body movement is slow than that, and they don't have coordination. Suppose if I think I have to walk, I will walk as a normal person, but if they think they will walk, they will wait for sometimes, they will decide what they will do. So they don't have their coordination. Their physical and mental coordination do not go in a same pace. So they are actually, they said that they lack this capability of coordination between physical and mental activities. And these children is really poor in memory. They lack concentration. They cannot remember many things at a time. So they are known as backward children. So say education for backward children. How this kind of education can be given to the backward children? Firstly, the most important for them is the individual attention. Yes, not only for the backward children, all the children with special needs actually needs individual attention, because all these categories of children, they are known as children with special needs. That means they should be given some individual attention, not only by their teacher in case of education, but by their family, by the society, and by each and every individual in the whole world. They should give this kind of children individual attention. Then only the people will learn about their mental habits, about their physical habits, about their problems. So individual attention should be given for this kind of learners. Then again, special methods of teaching. Yes, backward children needs special methods of teaching. Why? See, I am teaching you now, I am giving you a lecture in this classroom or in this presentation, and our learners will learn about the things. But if some slow learners are there in your category, he or she will see my presentation 2 to 3 times, 4 times, maybe 5 times to understand the thing. But some of you, by seeing this presentation 1 time, you will learn. So these are the special methods. Some may need 3-4 times to learn the things because they are slow learner, but they will learn. They will learn at their own pace. So this kind of children need special method. If they need some kind of different techniques, suppose I am giving you the oral presentation. Suppose this kind of children need some kind of visual presentation, some kind of you can see demonstration. So that kind of different types of techniques should be used to make educated, to make this kind of backward children educated. Then application of learning theory. Yes, we have already gone, you all have already gone through the learning theories in the paper of psychology. So that theories should be applied in the educating for children of this category. Then provision for remedial teaching. Yes, these children cannot learn things at the same pace. So teachers should take some kind of remedial teaching classes so that they can learn more and more by giving some special attention. And again, the lastly, framing special curriculum. See, the curriculum provided by a government, you can say government of India or the state government, any state government, curriculum frame for any level of education, maybe LP, maybe UP, maybe high secondary, maybe higher education, they frame in the context of the normal children. These children with special needs are not included when this curriculum are framed. See, now at present the new education policy 2020 is framed, but the maximum part is for our normal learner. But we can see this policy have also taken some steps for special children. That means now at present we will have a good education system for which will also give emphasis for the children with special needs. So that is necessary. Every teacher, while framing curriculum, must consider some curriculum part which is given to the children with special need, because all children are not same. So these are the categories which I have already mentioned. These are the 3 categories. In brief, in gist, I will just give a presentation of the category. I have just given you the presentation of the whole chapter under this things, that is the meaning of exceptional children and their categories. The categories are 3 categories, that is gifted children, then mentally retarded, and the children, backward children, and they have also categorized under different categories, and they are to be provided some kind of education, and that education, how it should be provided for different categories of children. For different categories they have different educational provision which I have already mentioned. And in just this is the part of unit 11 which I covered here, and everything we have to look for these children with special needs. Thank you.